Okay, I know this game happened 2 days ago, but I feel like I'd be doing y'all a disservice if I didn't talk about it. That Bears game, the Bears game when they played the Commanders or the Commodes or the football team or the Redskins or whatever they're being called nowadays. That was I'm not even gonna lie, okay. That may have been the worst Bears loss I've ever seen. Not in terms of like magnitude. Like, okay, Cody Parkey missing that field goal. That was probably the worst in terms of, oh my God, it was in the playoffs. But in terms of could have done this, could have done that, could have done this, could have done that, that was the worst blowing and butchering of a game I think I've ever seen as a Bears fan. And I've seen some repugnant, awful finishes to games as a Bears fan. Cody Parkey, honestly, is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, having a chance to win the division and Chris Conte just letting Randall Cobb blow right past him. Randall Cobb also going for 75 yards. So many missed field goals at the end of games, not just Cody Parkey, but this game stands alone. This game stands alone. National television. And what was really bad is the week before on Thursday night, the Broncos played the Colts, and that was just, oh my God, that was a terrible game. I made a video about that. That game was awful. That might have been one of the worst played football games I've ever seen in my entire life. And then like, oh, two not so great teams are playing. It's actually, but here's the thing. I don't think the Bears have looked, the Bears honestly have looked better this season than I thought they were. I said they would go 3-14, and they were already 2-2. So I'm like, okay, be a good San Francisco team week one, lost to Green Bay, whatever. They do that every year. They beat the Texans in kind of a rough game, and then they, who did they lose to? They lost to the Giants on that muffed punt by Velus Jones, whatever. And then last week, freaking Amir Smith-Marset gets it. The Bears are down by 7. They were down by a bunch, came back, took the lead. Vikings scored to take the lead back. Amir Smith-Marset trying to go out of bounds. Okay, actually not trying to go out of bounds, staying in bounds, has the ball ripped away from him. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Go out of bounds. I mean, just cut this man already. So I'm like, okay, we're playing. I'm like, but we're still kind of alive in the NFC North discussion. I mean, the division is not completely at loss yet. This is a must-win game against Washington. And Washington sucks. They're 1-4. They're just not a good team. And it's home, primetime game. I'm like, okay, the Bears should win this game. And this game starts, and it's punt. Oh, my God, no one can move the ball. It was terrific. Actually, that's really not the case. The Bears, I think, on one of their first drives of the game, drove inside the 5-yard line. And Justin Fields threw an interception on the 5-yard line. And so it's like, okay, threw away 7 points right there. Later in the game, they drive down. They get down to a goal to go. They have 1st and goal from the 3. Run up the middle. Don't get it. Run up the middle. Don't get it. Swing pass to Cole Kmet. He's wide open. And Fields overthrows him. And then they run up the middle on 4th and goal. They don't get it. That's 2 drives inside the 5-yard line that they don't score. Game keeps going on. Washington can't do a damn thing because they're the Commanders and they're just a bad team. And the Bears defense is actually playing really well. I've been pleased with the way the Bears defense has performed this season. Anyway, so it gets down. Finally, the Bears score a touchdown. Khalil Herbert had a really good run. He got down and they scored. I think Washington got a field goal. And I think they got another field goal. It was 7-6. And none of these teams could move the ball. I'm like, okay, we're going to win this game 7-6 because there's no way. Washington, literally, there was a point in time they couldn't cross the 50-yard line. They literally couldn't even cross the 50-yard line. So finally, there's like 3 minutes left. And Washington's getting set to punt. I'm like, okay, they're going to punt the ball. We should burn enough clock to where the game should be wrapped. They punt it. And one of our top draft picks, Velus Jones, is back there to receive it and hits him in the fucking head. It literally hits him right in the dome. And he turns it over. The Washington recovers it. They get it on the 5-yard line. That's the second time this dude has cost us a game on a muff punt. That's the second time. If he was cut tomorrow, I'd be happy. I would be throwing a parade if Velus Jones was cut tomorrow. Actually, don't even cut him. Just never have him return a punt again a day in his life. wow, can't even catch a. Oh my God. You have one job as a punt returner. It's to catch the ball. If you don't have room to return, it's catch the ball. In my head. And not only does Washington score, because they're set up on the 5-yard line, not only do they score, they bounce it outside to Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson runs it up the middle. Then he's going to try to bounce it outside. And Roquan Smith is in pursuit, trying to make a tackle. And who else? Who else but Carson Wentz hits him with a monstrous block, knocks him on his ass. That was humiliating. Roquan Smith, you really want to be paid the big money? You really want to be paid like the best linebacker in the NFL? You really want to be paid like the best linebacker in the NFL? Don't get pancake blocked by a quarterback with glass bones. I can't remember if they either scored on that play or scored on the next one, but that was just humiliating. Absolutely humiliating. So Washington gets it. They don't get the 2-point. So, okay, it's 12-7. The Bears have one last chance to score. They're driving. They're putting together a drive. And they get down to another 4th and goal situation. Fields drops back. He rolls out. He throws it to Darnell Mooney. He catches it on the goal line. It looks like he's in the end zone. And the Washington DB meets him as he catches it and pushes him back. And to basically everyone that watched it, they're like, touchdown. Because he caught it in the end zone and then was pushed back. Forward Progress would say that's a touchdown. But the ref that had the clear line at it, he goes, no, he's down at the half-yard line. We're like, oh my God, what the hell? The rest goes, so they go to replay. And Mooney catches it in the end zone. But as Washington's DB comes in and hits him, he bobbles the ball for a split second. And by the time he regains possession, he's out of the end zone. Which, I mean, to be honest, that's a great call by the ref on the field. To see that, I mean, that was pretty spectacular that ref saw that. People are trying to blame Darnell Mooney for this loss. No, that was an incredibly hard catch to make. I mean, you cannot blame Darnell Mooney for this loss. I mean, you just can't. You know who you 100% need to blame is the coaching. They had 4 drives inside the 5-yard line. 4 drives inside the 5-yard line. They scored on one of them. That game should have ended 28-6. That game should have been 28-6. They should have scored a touchdown on all 3 of those. And then if Velus Jones doesn't muff a punt, Washington doesn't get their touchdown. 28-6 Bears win. But no, that's too hard for them. That's too hard for them. They're never going to win anything ever in their entire history. I mean, at this point, now the season really is over. 2-4 was like, what is that what they were? They were what? They were 2-3, I think, and like kind of on pace with everyone. No, scrap the season. Tank for who are you gonna draft? Who are you even gonna draft? Okay. A lot of people are harping on Justin Fields. And he hasn't looked great. He oh my God, he has as many completions as Cooper Kupp has receptions. That's been sent to me a lot. But here's the thing: who are you gonna draft? Oh, is CJ Stroud? Ask yourself this. Is CJ Stroud better than Justin Fields? I mean, maybe. Is Bryce Young better? Maybe. But is that really going to solve your problem? Is drafting another quarterback really going to solve your problem? No, it's not. Because whoever the Bears draft is going to stink. And honestly, I don't even think Justin Fields has been that bad. I mean, he hasn't looked great. But he's not even given the chance to throw. The Bears have been a run-first offense this whole time. It's like, okay, yeah, he's not completing a lot of passes, but he has the least amount of attempts out of like anyone the league's ever seen. So they're like, oh, Fields is the problem. No, he's not. He's literally not. The problem is literally the culture. It's we have to focus on defense. They focus so much on defense to where they don't have an offense. I get it. You need a good defense in the NFL. And the Bears have had a good defense basically every year since like 2007. But, like, you put some attention on the damn offense, man. Oh, my God. I know you... Like, give Fields some good plays to run. I mean, give him some time to throw. I mean, I was really hard on Mitch in his time here. But it was the same thing with Trubisky. Like Trubisky, I feel like they're like, oh, they could draft Patrick Mahomes. They could draft Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes would be doing the same thing on the Bears. He'd be doing the exact same thing. So everyone's like, oh, we need to draft a quarterback. What is this field? Second year, I think. Like, give him a break, man. Give that guy a break. He's got to try to throw with no protection. I literally thought he was going to die that game. No blocking. Just no block. Like, you know that clip from Family Guy where Stewie returns the kick and, all right, and nobody's blocking. That's every play for the Bears. That's every damn play. I'm so sick of watching this team, bro. I'm so sick of watching them. We watched that game. I'm home for the weekend because it's fall break for IU. But we're watching the game on the car ride home, and my friend and his mom who picked us up, they're Bills fans, and they're like we're like on tilt in the back seat. We're just like, oh my God, what are they doing? But yeah, and here's the thing. It's not even that they're the worst. It's not even that they're the worst team in the NFL. There are teams worse than the Bears. Okay, the Texans are worse. Honestly, the Commanders are worse. I know they won, but the Commanders are a worse team than the Bears. I mean, Jacksonville. Actually, Jacksonville's probably better than the Bears. But like, the problem is, it's not a lack of talent. Okay. Justin Fields is a talented quarterback. And the reason is because he damn near won the Heisman. He would have won the Heisman at Ohio State if Joe Burrow didn't have the best season anyone's ever had in college. You have multiple Pro Bowlers on the defensive line. It's like you have a good running back. You have two good running backs, Khalil Herbert and David Montgomery. There are teams that would kill to have those running backs. And you still can't win a damn game. You still can't win a game. So I'm just convinced they're never going to ever win anything ever again. So yeah, that's it. That's it. Keep running a 40 style offense in the 2020s.